All right, we're back. Well, one of us is back. You thought I was going to leave? I know it's been a while, but I would let you know. I'm not just going to leave you hanging like that. That's not how I roll. This ain't no fucking game. You think a plan? TMX, RIP. So I'm going to fire through the serious shit real quick because that's what we do. We fire through the serious shit, and then we get to the fun stuff. So just briefly, I want to talk more about this anti-vax movement and what I've just basically what I observe in my thoughts and opinions. So you can feel how you want about vaccinations, whatever, about the COVID vaccination. I don't give a shit. I feel like it's time for us vaccinated to start fighting back against these anti-vaxxers because they're just getting ridiculous now. And if we're being honest, they're the reason why this Delta variant is going so strong. Just look at the numbers. I mean, they'll argue otherwise, but they'll say breakthrough cases, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at the numbers, breakthrough cases are minimal compared to all the new cases that are being caught by the unvaccinated. But whatever, we're not going to get into all of that. My main focus on this is I don't understand why anti-vaxxers have such an agenda to share their anti-vax views on social media, and why they try to discourage others from doing what they think is responsible and what is right for them. Like, if you want to get vaccinated, fine, fuck off. It's your choice. You're basically slowing the process of the whole fucking thing and sending us back to square one because you're giving the virus bodies to breed on and mutate and all of that good shit. But they don't want to hear that. So whatever. So and then when they do mutate and it makes the original vaccines less effective, it puts us all back at square one. But whatever. They don't want to hear that. So fuck it. You're not going to change their mind. The point about this that intrigues me is that even though it's become politicized, it's weird how it works on both spectrums of Democrats and Republicans. So your liberals, who you would usually think that would just, hey, this is what they say is good, let's go, let's get it done. There's a lot of them that are fighting this vaccine and are trying to come up with all these conspiracy theories and whatever. And at the same time, you have the politics on the right wingers, the far right, where they've politicized this to where it's like, well, I'm a Republican, so I can't get the vaccine, which is completely ridiculously stupid. Or it's my right. It's my body, my right. My body, my choice, unless you're pregnant, or especially in Texas. But whatever, that's another story. So your body, your choice, even though it affects others, right? Because essentially that's the difference here. It affects others. So if you wear a seatbelt or choose not to wear a seatbelt, that affects you, right? You not wearing a seatbelt doesn't affect others. so this is a little bit different, but whatever. What I really wanted to focus on was this weird thing where you have people on both sides of the political spectrum that are both against this thing for their own reasons. You know, people don't trust the government. People think the pharmaceutical companies are taking advantage and blah blah blah, and for some reason all of a sudden we don't trust vaccines and we don't agree with vaccine mandates, even though it's been happening for as long as I can remember. When I was a little kid, you were mandated to get your vaccinations before you went to school, like polio and measles and whatever else the fuck they gave me, which they still do to this day. But we're just gonna ignore that and be like, no, this is bullshit. My body, my choice, right? Okay. And the comical thing about this is that, as you can see, we're back in the garage studios, and this is part of the reason why I haven't recorded in so long, because it's blazing hot in the garage studios. Hot as a motherfucker. So I can sit here and tell you that I didn't have time, I was too busy, blah blah blah. It's a bunch of bullshit. Truth is, it was just too fucking hot. So now that the weather's starting to cool a little bit, now we can get back on a more regular basis. But getting back, I lost my train of thought. I forgot what the fuck I was saying. I just went mall train to the left there. I know we're talking about vaccinations and shit. God damn it. What the fuck was it? This is where it helps when Rob was here, because Rob would be like, blah blah blah, you were talking about this, you stupid fuck. So in any case, the point that I was getting to was that what intrigues me is I was talking about us getting vaccinated as kids, and you know, now it's a problem. Now all of a sudden, like, we don't believe in vaccines. Like, if it was up to this anti-vax crowd, we'd still have the measles, we'd still have polio, we wouldn't have penicillin because nobody trusts science, right? Like, and this is the funny thing. Like, you get a lot of these memes and a lot of these clips of videos of people who you don't know the credentials of, who claim to have these credentials, and yet you ridicule Dr. Fauci, whose credentials are pretty high. And if you look them up, you'll see this guy's been doing that. This is his life's work, but yet he's ridiculed and made to be sound like a fool. Now, he doesn't politicize anything. But by the way, in case you didn't understand, COVID-19 is like I don't know if it's a variant or like, I'm not 100% sure about this, but it's part of like SARS, right? Remember when SARS first came out? Fauci was head up on that. Like, this didn't just start. This has been going on, and he was head up on it. And when Obama was president, they created these protocols and whatnot so that this thing didn't go crazy. So SARS didn't go crazy. But whatever, sidetrack again. It just amuses me how people are so quick to believe these, and it scares me a little bit, these unsourced bias people who state their opinions just like I am, but if you trust me, you're a fucking moron. Like, who the fuck am I? And that's my point. I always tell you, source that shit, research it. Got a plane going by, in case I'm sure you can hear that. By the way, I live near the airport, so every time the planes go by, I give them like the double, the M&M. I just I don't know why. I'm just a fucking child, but whatever. I do it anyways in case somebody's looking out the window and happens to be low enough to see me. I figure I'd make them laugh, like, hey, look at that asshole down there. Give me the double bird. And they give me one back. Like, if you're flying over me and you see me giving you the double bird, give me one back. I'm not going to see it, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Anyways, so we get to these ridiculous memes, and we get to these ridiculous half truths, or we get to these stories where it's like 1 out of X amount of millions that this happens to somebody or that happens to somebody, which are true, but it's a insanely small minority versus the majority. They don't want to tell you about the majority. They want to tell you about the minority, the exceptions, not the rule, the exceptions. And this is what frustrates me. And talking to anti-vaxxers is useless because they don't seem to understand how this thing keeps going around in circles, and they don't understand the point of vaccinations and these things. Because there are breakthrough cases, they think that like the vaccines are useless, which is just ridiculously simple-minded. And maybe not simple-minded, but short-sighted, I guess I should say. They don't look at the big picture. So whatever. What occurred to me is the fact that because I kept trying to think, like, why all of a sudden do we not trust science? Science has created so many fucking great things. Another plane, double birds. I'm not outside, but whatever. Science has created so many things, so many great things for us. Like people, cure cancer. Well, we're not talking about cancer. We're talking about fucking COVID. We're talking about, and oh my God, there's so many layers to this shit. So you have people, and another product of social media, who will willingly take these horse dewormers, livestock dewormers, versus taking a fucking vaccine. They will put their faith, and it's already been proven, there's all these overdoses of this shit, where they're taking a horse or livestock dewormer. I forget what the clinical name of it is. You know what I'm talking about. Versus taking something that has been approved by the FDA. They all said, oh, it hasn't been FDA approved, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? It's fucking approved now. So now what's your fucking excuse? I'm sure you'll come up with something. But I guess a fucking dewormer that's made for livestock is a better option for you. And you're smarter than everyone else. You're not a follower. You're not going to let the government tell you what to do. So you're going to just fucking take horse piss. It's not horse piss, but you know what I mean? Like if that was the wave, that's what they do. They'd insert horse's cock in their mouths and take horse piss. That's how stupid we've gotten. Just to be, I don't know, anti-establishment, which is weird because like don't the right wingers believe in the government? And now all of a sudden they don't trust the government because Biden's running the government. However, but they want to give Trump the credit for getting the vaccine here so fast, but they don't want to take the vaccine, even though Trump took the vaccine, as well as all these other asshole Republicans who are playing politics with it. So it's just this big fucking shitstorm of ridiculousness. And I'm trying to figure out, well, how did we get here? Why are we at this point? Why are we where intelligent people are so against reason. And they say, well, you don't know what's in it. You don't know what's going to happen in 10 years, 20 years, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, these same people are puffing on their vapes, which has already been proven that the Chinese don't give a fuck and they're letting all those metal contaminants go into your vapes. But whatever. They don't care about that, right? So their lungs are going to be shit in 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, whatever. We have all these hardo bodybuilders just crushing supplements. Don't know what's in those supplements. You think that they really know? Taking steroids, doing all this other types of shit. They don't give a fuck. And you have regular folks eating everyday products. Big Macs. They've already shown these videos of like these burgers that haven't decomposed or gotten rotten in years and stuff like that. So the preservatives are in there. These people are eating these things that they have no idea what the fuck they are and what the effect is going to be 20 years from now. But no biggie. The government isn't saying anything about it, so it's good, right? It's good. All these preservatives that we shove down our faces, all these chemicals that we use daily, the fucking hand sanitizer that you use, you don't know what's in that. Now, that's probably a poor example because it's pretty simple, I would think, of what's in there. But you put like mosquito repellent on. You like, there's so many things that you do that you don't know what the ingredients are that you do to your body or that you ingest or whatever. And yet that doesn't bother you. But fine, whatever. We'll give you that. So I keep trying to figure out why is this such a contentious thing? Why are people so mistrusting of it? Because there's all the stupid conspiracy theories and whatnot, and that's fine. And there's the anti medical, like taking advantage of people, and I get that because the listen, the medical industry in America is a fucking joke. They're all lobbying, they're all getting paid, they're all making sure the right guys are having their backs when it comes to whatever needs to be voted on. And we pay the price because in other countries, they don't do this shit. And we're the only dummies who allow this to happen. Okay? So I got beef with the medical industry too. It's fucking ridiculous that people have to pay so much for EpiPens and simple like asthma pumps and shit when you can go to another country and get it for like dollars. It's fucking insane. It's the one of the most fucked up things in America. But we're talking about vaccines, okay? The vaccines you didn't have to pay for, they were free. So I keep thinking like, well, why do we keep going down this path? Even though new facts come out, even though like it's been X amount since the first vaccine went into an arm, X amount of time, even though it's been FDA approved, we still get this resistance. And it occurred to me, it's very simple. You can blame politics, you can blame Trump, you can blame Biden, you can blame whoever you want, but you're misguided. The blame is on the social media. The social media is the one who propagates this bullshit, okay? It's very simple. When you look and watch any video, so let's say, for example, I don't watch wrestling now, but I used to watch it back in the day. And I'll see a Ric Flair clip and I'll watch it, right, on YouTube. Next day, I'm starting to get like these suggestions of all these other wrestling videos that I could give a fuck about. I just wanted to see Ric Flair talk some shit because he's one of the best shit talkers ever. So Ric Flair leads to more Ric Flair, leads to other wrestling videos. Okay. You do the same thing on Facebook. You click on an article about Ric Flair. Next thing you know, you got other articles popping up in your feed that other people are sharing or whatever. So these algorithms that keep bringing this bullshit into your face, on your phone, into your face. It's like if you were watching the news and the news only told you stories about things that you've shown interest in. Think about that. How fucked up that is. They're not going to tell you about the shit that's going on that you haven't shown an interest in. They're only going to show you the stuff that you've shown interest in. So if you click on one conspiracy theory, all you're going to see, your whole shit is going to be flooded with conspiracy theories. Another plane, double birds, outside, but whatever. We gotta stay consistent. So the algorithms are consistently giving you so if you're watching the news, yeah, there might be some agenda for some of the politics involved in some of these news stations, but for the most part, if they're reputable, if they actually do their jobs as journalists, they're telling you about stories. Maybe you didn't show an interest in something, but you will because it's introduced to you. Well, YouTube and Facebook don't want to do that. They don't even want to give you the opposite point of view because they're afraid you're not going to click on it. And Twitter too. Twitter's not like all the social media outlets. They think that they put a little bullshit notification. Oh, for more COVID information, check here. Or for whatever, fact check, blah, blah, blah. The problem is people aren't checking their facts. People don't care. People just want to believe these stupid memes. People just want to believe these ridiculous conspiracy theories because they want to be woke. They're smarter than everyone else. At least that's how they feel. Now, I'm not saying don't question things. I question things all the time. I question it when Trump was in presidency, and I'm questioning him with Biden because they're both full of shit. And all these politicians are full of shit. So I'm not picking one side over the other. I'm using my brain to figure out what makes the most sense. So when they flood your feed with these conspiracy theories, you fall right in. The hook got you. Because you watch one, and then you watch another, and then you watch another. And you never stop, in most cases, not every, but most of the time, you people who actually believe all these dumb fucking conspiracy theories never fact check anything. You never check the sources. You just assume it's fucking true, which is ridiculous. This is why I get frustrated. Because it doesn't take that much effort. One thing that I have learned, and I will continue to say it, is that the past couple of years has proved to me that we are a country that has more dummies than intelligent folks. I don't give a shit about politics. I don't give a shit about like I mean, you want to talk pot? Look what the fuck they're doing in Texas with this abortion stuff. Look what they're trying to do with these voting rights and how they're trying to stop people from voting because the tables are turning, because people are being more informed, because people are actually not believing everything that is said to them. So that's not a good thing for this party. So this party is going to try and change the laws. And Texas, I'm so fucking sick of Texas. Like they've threatened to secede more than once. Just fucking do it already. Just fucking secede. Please, Texas, get the fuck out of my country. All you want to do, you think guns are going to solve everything and walls? Go fucking have 1,000,000 guns. Go build 1,000,000 walls. You deal with the Mexicans, illegal immigrants, whatever. Because you have all the answers and because you're smarter than everybody else. Okay? So you want to secede? Fuck off. Beat it, Texas. You won't get shit from us anymore. Anyways, long story short, all this anti-vax bullshit, I'm starting to fire back at you motherfuckers. Okay? I'm not trying to impress my opinions and thoughts on you. Well, now I am. But before I wasn't. I wasn't going on Facebook posting, oh, well, you should get the vaccination because of this, or, whatever. Until I can't stand it, all the misinformation. I had a family member post something that said something about somebody catching COVID, even though one of them got the booster shot. The booster shot's not even fucking available. It's not even available. This is the type of misinformation that's just out there, and people share, and it goes and it spreads to people all over the place. So I was just trying to stay out of it, just trying to do my thing, try to, I did the responsible thing. I feel safer, blah, 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 whatever. But these people are impressing their opinions on so many, and they're impressing false information in a lot of cases. So fuck it, I'm firing back. You know why we got to wear masks again? Because of you motherfuckers. Because you choose to believe this bullshit and not want to get a goddamn simple vaccine. That's why we got to wear masks again. Because you stupid assholes don't understand the simple concept that as long as there are unvaccinated bodies for this virus to feed on, it will continue to mutate. And the mutations make it so that the original vaccinations do not work as well. And that's why we got to deal with booster shots and bullshit. Because now we have to fix it again. So we're going around this fucking circle. We're doing this dance over and over again because of you guys, not because of me, and not because of the millions like me who did the responsible thing and got this fucking vaccine. It's because of you guys. That's why this motherfucker still exists. That's why this motherfucker keeps changing and getting different and stronger, and it's creating these breakthrough cases. It's your fault. So stop blaming everybody else and take a look at your fucking self. Because I'm tired of watching your little stupid bullshit fucking memes and your garbage, and I'm tired of just sitting back and saying, well, it's your choice. I don't give a fuck. Well, I do give a fuck. And I'm coming back at you. So fuck off. It's your fucking fault. It's your fault that I got to go to work and I got to fucking put a fucking mask on my face again. It's your fault because you won't get a simple fucking vaccine. So fuck off. I don't want you to die, but I hope you catch it. I shouldn't say that. That's a little much. All right, enough serious shit. Um, let me see. Let me see what I got on the list because it's been so long. I got shit that's a little bit old that we don't want to talk about. So I don't want to go too far with it. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, by the way, these fucking senators. Do we ever stop and think about how much time these cocksuckers take off? Like, don't they take off like a month in like in the beginning of summer or the end of spring or whatever it is? I can't remember. And then they take another month off. Like these motherfuckers are taking 2 months off a year. Now you might say, oh well, they're probably working on their vacations and shit like that, but I doubt it. I mean, they might answer an email here and there, but it's a pretty sweet deal if you ask me. Let me see if I have any. I don't think I have any other serious topics. I mean, I have kind of somewhat a serious topic because the dude pulled a knife, but he pulled a knife because he wanted Snickers. It was at a let me see. It's at a Florida Wawa. I guess he was like trying to snatch a Snickers or something because he was hungry. He wasn't himself. You remember those commercials? You weren't yourself. So he wasn't himself. He whipped out a fucking knife. He wanted the Snickers. I don't know. It happened. Look it up. Florida man pulls knife because he's trying to get a Snickers. I guess I don't really have an order for this, so we'll just ride with it. I was reading, I think it was on Barstool Sports. I was reading an article about this like when you're shooting hoops with friends, right? So you haven't really started a game yet. You're just kind of warming up and you're shooting hoops. And the debate came up of, do you get a layup after a miss? So in other words, you hit your shot, you get the ball back, you get to shoot again, right? It's obvious. I think that's universally the rule. However, when you miss, you're supposed to drive to the hoop and the person who gets the rebound gives you a layup. Apparently, this is not the case in more than half of America. And this became a debate, to which I don't get it, because I grew up, that was the rule. In Boston, in Massachusetts, you shoot, you're wet, you get it back. You miss it, you got to fucking layup. You got to practice your layups too. But apparently in other areas of the country, that's not the case. You miss it, that's it. It's over. Ball goes to the other guy who got the rebound, and he's pulling it back and he's shooting it. Which I think is kind of counterproductive, if I'm being honest, because I remember those days on the playground. I used to give some pretty sweet passes to that layup. You know, if the rebound's way over here and he's already breaking to the basket, and I do a little scoop behind the back pass, it's a pretty sweet play if he hits the layup, obviously, and finishes it. But that's part of the fun of it. So I don't know. I guess it's just something that I just discovered. I obviously I thought everybody did it that way, but apparently not. So I don't know. Maybe you should try it. Give the guy the fucking layup. It's fun. It's fun if you make dope passes. Like you can do like, you know, underneath your legs and behind the head and just do these crazy passes off the backboard, even like it's fun. You should do layup after a miss. But whatever. Um so by the way, I just realized that a whole fucking Olympics came and went in the time that I've recorded a podcast. That's how long it's been. It's almost like I took the whole fucking summer off, which I basically did. But fuck it. What are you gonna do? Like I said, I'm not getting paid for this shit, so fuck off. Um, so and I was also trying to get a guest host. Um, this dude that I know from back in the day, a little older than me, ran with my brother's crowd and stuff like that. Kind of a funny dude. I was trying to get him on board, but he declined. So what can I do? I'm trying. I don't want to replace Rob. I want Rob back. I tried to get him on also, but he was just too busy with his nonprofit stuff. So, um, you know, hopefully I can get him on an episode soon, but we'll see. Until then, live the high life. Um, so I'm working and I go by this place. And it's called the 24-hour adult superstore. And it had me thinking, it had me thinking for a couple of things. Like, number one, we still have adult superstores. So, like, do they still have like DVDs? Do they have porno DVDs in there? Do they have porno VHS tapes? Obviously, they have toys and all of those things and lubes and all of that good stuff. But most of that shit you can get online, and you don't feel um, grimy. Like, I've been to these stores. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I've tried to spice things up with the ladies here and there. So I've partaken in a few adult stores, and you feel kind of eh, like you feel a little uh, I don't know, embarrassed, I guess, um, when you're in there. So, but then I started thinking, okay, all right, maybe there's still a market for this. Maybe people still want to go and see things and hold them and whatever, which I still stand by that it's bullshit that there's not good options for men where women have all these options. They have all these different types of dildos and vibrators and all these fucking wonderful sex toys. And we are left with these pocket pussies with fleshlights, whatever the fuck you want to call them, which I could not get myself to do this in any way, like, and have any type of self-respect for myself afterwards. I just, it's just me. I mean, maybe other people are different. If you can roll with that, good for you. Um, I mean, even like Little Dicky had like the the bottom part of the of the the torso and the legs, which was ridiculous. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm just cut from a different cloth. I can't fuck with that. But in any case, the other thing that intrigued me about this was the 24-hour part of it. Like, why is the store open 24 hours? This is what's crazy to me. Do people who go to sex stores tend to go at 3-4 in the morning, so they have to be open at that time? And if that's the case, why not just open from, I don't know, fucking 12 in the afternoon till 8 in the morning or something like that. Or I don't know, 4 in the afternoon till 8 in the morning. Whatever. Why does it have to be 24 hours? Are people just sitting at home like I don't know, drinking a few high lifes and it's 2 in the morning and it's like they look over and they're like, hey, feeling frisky tonight, baby? Let's go over to the 24-hour sex store and see what we can find. Like, what the fuck is why? Why does it need to be 24 hours? I don't get that. It's very confusing to me. I'm perplexed by the 24-hour sex store. And I wish that I had some interaction with some of you guys so you could explain it to me. Why there was a need to be able to get Astroglide at 4 in the morning. Or a rabbit dildo vibrator, whatever, at 4 in the morning. I get it. Shit gets crazy. You know, you might not expect the night to go this way. But I've had some of those nights and I've never once thought to myself, let's go to the fucking sex store. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a prude. Maybe I'm just a loser and I don't live life to the fullest. But I can't imagine that there is this need for that, like that the cost is worthwhile. But whatever. Obviously I'm wrong. Which leads me into the next thing that I noticed. The next time you go to Walgreens, take a quick gander, if you haven't already done this, where the condom section is. Okay. I'm married, so it's been a long time since I've needed to get some condoms, but I happen to be passing by it looking for something specific, not condom wise, just whatever I was looking for, whatever pharmaceutical item I was looking for. If it was condoms, I'd fucking tell you. Like, you know me. If it was fucking lube, I'd tell you. You know me. But I just happened to pass it looking for something else. Because you know how these fucking stores are like it's like a search and find to find just headache medicine or heartburn medicine. You gotta like fucking go through a million aisles just to find the shit that you want. But whatever. I passed by it, and I kid you not, Walgreens is selling vibrators. Walgreens is selling sex toys. Go and look. So you don't even have to go to the 24-hour store and feel all grimy and gross. You can feel all grimy and gross when you actually present it at the register and the person ringing your shit up looks at it and is like, oh, okay. You know, like, good luck with that. You know, you're still going to get that embarrassment versus just ordering some shit online. But yeah, fucking Walgreens is selling sex toys. I haven't checked CVS yet, but my guess is they probably do the same. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a note to check that. So just real quickly, we talked about men with purses and whatnot, and you know, in an episode way back when with Rob, and I was used to seeing, when I did see this, men with like the strap purse, right? So they could almost say it's like a bag, not a purse. It's a satchel or whatever. And to which me and Rob had a big debate about this, and to where I said he probably needs a purse. But I didn't realize it was at this level. You know how there's different purses, right? Women have the big purse with the strap that they carry like everything in. Like they'll have a fucking a 6-pack of beer. They'll have uh, 5 baby diapers. They'll have fucking baby wipes. They'll have all their makeup shit. They'll have a bottle of water. They'll have everything that you could possibly need. They'll have a pop-up tent. Like they'll have everything that you need to survive for like a day or two. Fucking snacks, everything. So they have those big purses, right, with the strap. And then they have like their smaller purses where they just bring their lipstick essentials and their wallet and their keys and the little things, right? So it's a smaller purse. And then when they want to even downsize from that, they have their little handbag. So it doesn't even go on the shoulder, they just carry it. So it has even less. Their phone, their keys, 1 or 2 other items, like credit cards, whatever. I saw this fucking guy walk into the store with a handbag like that. And it blew my mind. Because we've blurred the lines so much that I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. This fucking dude had a handbag. And it was a dude. There was no mistaking like it was, maybe it was, a chick that kind of looked like a dude. Or nope. This was an absolute dude. Walking around with a fucking handbag. And we wonder why our kids are so fucking confused. We wonder why our kids are and maybe I'm just old school, maybe I'm just ignorant. I don't know. You could probably say both. But all this like we got young kids, like fucking not even teenagers yet, saying that they're, I don't know, what is that gender shit? Like they don't identify with the gender that they were born. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, no wonder why. Because we can't let our little boys play with fucking GI Joes and let our little girls play with princesses and stuff like that, because we want to be so inclusive and we don't want to impression them one way or the other, or like we get what you reap what you sow. Okay. So I don't even know how to deal with this shit anymore. I'm seeing fucking, I don't even know if it's a girl or a guy. I see a fat ass. I'm like, oh shit. And it turns out it's a dude, or I think it's a dude. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to think anymore. Like I'm over here looking at guys' fat asses because things have changed so much and fucked everything. Because all of a sudden we can't just be men and women. Now, I understand there are exceptions, just like there always is. But I feel like society pushes too much for the exceptions to, I guess what I'm saying is we just pander too much. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you can't identify, or you identify one way or the other, I don't care. Do you? Okay? Do you? I'm the asshole who's looking at the fat ass thinking it's a chick and it's a dude. Okay? I'm the asshole, not you. All right? But again, you reap what you sow. So we have pussified ourselves to the point where, like, we can't discipline kids properly. Everybody gets a participation trophy. Like, there's no realness anymore because everybody wants to put on this front, this phoniness, when in reality they believe differently. And that's why you're always going to get real shit from me, because I tell you the way I fucking feel. And the problem is that look what it leads to. How many people claim mental health issues these days? Just think about that. Think about whether it be in your own circle, people that you know, people that you listen to, people that you follow, whatever it is. How many people are claiming mental health problems? Where it's to the point where it's like, okay, you probably don't have mental health issues. You're probably just a pussy. You're probably a little bitch boy who doesn't know how to deal with things because you were protected your whole life from bullies and from all of this stupid shit that society has thrown and said, we need to fix this. When in reality, things kind of fix themselves. So the kid who didn't learn how to lose because he never really lost because everybody wins, doesn't know how to deal when he actually loses in real life. Think about that. You and your participation trophies are teaching this to children. So when he doesn't get the job that he applied for or interviewed for because it went to somebody who was more qualified or just better, he doesn't know how to deal with it. So he's fucking, he short circuits. That's your motherfucking fault. Because you don't teach your kids that there are winners and losers, that there are ways to be better, that you should try to achieve certain things and be better than others. And that participation trophies are bullshit. You want to stand in the winner's circle. Thank God we still have the Olympics, right? The gold medal. I'm surprised you fucking cancel culture fucks haven't torn that down yet. No, I agree. There's an age limit where that needs to be introduced, and that you don't need to do that at a certain age. But people have pushed those limits, and people have made it so you can't even make a joke, because if you joke about another kid, it's bullying. So they don't develop any type of thick skin. They don't understand that, like the concept of who gives a fuck what this guy says? Fuck him. I'm good. I do me. This guy's an asshole. Fuck him. Or, hey, fuck your mother. Like, go back at him. Clown him back. Talk about his fucking grubby ass kicks if he's talking about yours. That's what we used to do, and I'm fucking fine. But we've changed everything so fucking much. I'm going on too much of a tangent here. We're going serious again. I'm not trying to be serious. My bad. I mean, actually, this kind of segues into another Karen. So I'm not gonna play the whole thing. The whole thing is fucking long as fuck. But this happened about a month ago. This Karen, and you may have seen it. This Karen in Victoria's Secret. And I'm kind of torn on it because I can understand the person recording and their point of view, but I can also see why people are freaking out about this stuff these days. So let me just play the video, and then we can discuss afterwards kind of how it translates or whatever. So like I always do, it takes me forever to get this fucking thing up. Alrighty. Let's get, I don't know why that's on there. Where's my fucking thing? All right, here we go. So here we go. Victoria's Secret.
No, excuse. Now you are. Oh my God! Oh my God! Do you see this? Oh my God! I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to.
And watch, she does come up to her.
Oh God! No, excuse. Now you are. Oh my God! Oh my God!
So it does look like she tried to.
Do you see this? Oh my God!
This is where
I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to run and hit me, and now she. Did you see her? You saw her, right? They all saw her. Oh my God! Karen had a breakdown. She tried to hit me. Ask your workers. She tried to hit me. She tried to hit me. Now I want security for you. Oh my God. Oh my God. You should have thought about that before you did what you did. Oh my God. This shit don't even fit.
All right, so I'm going to pause real quick. So obviously the white lady she obviously tried to do something to the black lady, and the black lady pulled out her phone and started recording her. You could see it right at the beginning of the video. And I know she's black because she said she's black, not because I'm assuming. And then I think what happens here is the white lady realizes that she's being recorded, and she is going to be on the internet forever for this. And she doesn't, this is where, like I was talking about earlier, she doesn't know what the fuck to do. So she's freaking out. Now, the smart thing to do in this situation is to just walk away, right? Just fucking walk away and be like, fuck this bitch. Call her a fucking cunt or whatever you want to call her, and walk away. Don't say anything racist or stupid, but you can call somebody a cunt, and that's not racist. Call her a cunt, tell her to go fuck off, and walk away. But instead, she doesn't know how to handle it. So let's watch. Let's continue to watch.
Feel real. This do not feel real.
You can just go around here. I didn't try to hit you. Please don't record me. Don't record me.
She's pretty crying.
Y'all got to get security. She charged me. If I wouldn't have ducked, she would. Oh no!
Squatting down.
Oh no! You just wanted security for me, right? I want security for you now. No, don't cry.
It gets better.
No. I want you to call security. Thank you. I just came to get my free panty. You know how you get the coupon in the mail? And I got to pick up my Converse boots from Nordstrom's. I don't know why this is happening.
He even shows us the coupon with the free panties.
Don't charge me. Oh, you want to? Oh, yeah, she. I'm scared to even approach her.
Oh, plane. Double birds.
Please.
You scaring me. Like you gotta go postal.
Don't record.
Don't.
Back up on her feet.
No, why don't she walk away from me? No, I was here. No. We're not doing this. Why don't I walk away from her?
So
why don't she get away from me? She can get away. Go wherever you want to go.
Other people in line trying to blame the black lady for recording.
This is crazy.
Now she's going down. She's going down. Oh, she acted like she passed out. It's over. She's on the floor.
I'm sorry. Ooh,
She's laying on the floor at the register at the Victoria's Secret on her purse. Laid out like if she fainted.
yeah, because...
Did you have 2 yoga mats?
No, I had one. We was trying to just find a price check for one of them. Just one I had. Okay, I'm going to leave her here past. Actually, I have a coupon for the free panties, and it says everyone is excluded except for the period panty. But I actually want to see what that was.
I can show you.
Okay. All right, Cameron.
So you gotta get them free panties.
You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about. She doesn't know how to handle the situation. She's freaking out. She's just throwing a little temper tantrum because she's probably just done that her whole life, and that's what's worked for her. So when this lady's like, fuck off, I'm going to keep recording you, she doesn't know how to handle it. Now, mind you, this lady could have let this go at some point, but she's not trying to. And I kind of don't blame her. Like, well, I wouldn't do it, but if she wants to do it, whatever, because she makes a good point later on in this video that if the roles were reversed, things might have been a little bit different. But let's continue.
Can you please stop recording?
Yeah. It's crazy lady. In case she attacked me and try to say I attacked her. You look at this.
Get away from me!
Oh, y'all better get this lady.
Away from me!
So she's now chasing the woman recording, saying, "Get away from me," while she's chasing her.
Security, look at this. Yes, can y'all
Get her away from me! Get her away from me!
Lord have mercy.
Get her away from me! Get her away
So
from
the
me!
white lady just chased her all around the store, screaming, "Get her away from me," when she's the one
No, I
chasing
gotta
her.
just protect myself. She's trying to attack me. No, no, no.
Stop threatening me!
See, and she's saying I'm threatening her. I'm not saying nothing to her. It's to protect me. Once the law get here, who they gonna believe? Her white ass or my black ass?
And there it is. There it is.
Get
What it
her
comes down
away
to.
from me, please! Stop her recording from me!
Where's security? In this short hills, y'all. Oh my God, in this short hills.
Get her away!
I purposely let it run so you could hear that scream.
I gotta stop coming here. I thought this was the safe
This
mall.
is the best example of how people these days don't know how to deal with things. All she had to do, if she didn't want to be on camera, leave, come back and get whatever the fuck she wanted to later. She's the one who was fucking with the other chick. It's just ridiculous. But I'm not going to keep on with this because this shit goes on for way too long. It's just, I don't know. It kind of proves the point of what I was saying about like how, because people aren't taught things at a young age, they don't know how to deal with things as they get older. But whatever. So I noticed some stories about people quitting because of the labor shortage and the way things are going. You know, these we talked about the McDonald's person who put the sign up that basically said they quit. Like, I guess Burger King did the same. They basically said we all quit. They put it up on the fucking sign or something like that, the big sign. Same thing at a Family Dollar. Like people, like the whole crew is just like the whole store is getting that frustrated with things. And it's very simple, people. Corporate greed has gone too far. And it's, if you want workers, pay them a decent wage. I understand a lot of this work is not very skilled work. But if you can't get people to work, it's because whether it requires some level of skill or not, your wages are too small for them to work their dicks off to make you money. So give up a little bit and you'll be fine. And you'll still make money and you'll still prosper. But you just want to put everything in your pockets. So it's your fault. All you big corporations, all you small fucking mom and pop shops, whoever you are, pay the people a decent wage and you'll get workers. Okay? It's that fucking simple. We don't have to make this into this big studies and all this bullshit that they're doing. It's very fucking simple. If you pay people, they will come. Jesus fucking Christ, we're just getting stupider and stupider. I saw a story about a guy who, I guess he was married, and if it was a girl, he would get to name it, and if it was a boy, mom would get to name it. So the girl, this is kind of genius, by the way. They found out it was going to be a girl. So he gave the name. Let's say it was Lily. Okay. Okay, great. Her name's going to be Lily. Well, guess whose name is also Lily? His mistress. His side chick. So baby mama doesn't know this, but apparently the reasoning behind naming the child after the side chick is in case he ever had any slip-ups. So if he ever said Lily accidentally, whether it be in an argument, in the sheets, whatever, he'd be like, oh, I was thinking about the baby. Which in the sheets would be pretty gross, but whatever. Maybe that's a bad example. You know how when you get in an argument or you're heated or you're just like not thinking and you blurt out the wrong name. So that was his diabolical scheme. That was fucking awesome. Can we talk for a minute about Crocs? Because I see Crocs everywhere. Now, mind you, I will say that I'm ignorant into their comfort. I have never owned a pair of Crocs, nor will I ever, because I think they are hideous. You might say, well, you're not the most stylish guy. Look at you, you're in a fucking t-shirt and wearing a hat. Okay, fine. I'm not saying I am. Not trying to call myself Gianni Versace. However, I know ugly when I see ugly. And Crocs are the most ugliest fucking shoe wear other than Uggs. They're both equally as ugly of the most ugliest fucking footwear that I've seen. Crocs and Uggs. And Birkenstocks. Oh my God. And some of the Yeezys, like whether it be his slides or some of his fucking ridiculous foam posits or whatever. And we'll get to him later. It makes me laugh because like Crocs are now fashionable, or I mean they have been for a while, but like kids are wearing them in school, adults are wearing them, and it's funny to me because you see these thugs. You see these thugs walking around with their Crocs on with the little fucking things that they put in the holes and stuff. I don't know. The little emblems and shit. I don't know what they're called. And it makes me laugh. I'm sorry. Your thugs these days are not as intimidating as the thugs were in my day. And I know I'm old man yelling at the cloud, giving the double fists up to the plane that just went by, the double birds up to the plane that just went by. But my thugs back in the day were walking around in Timbs that will stomp your fucking dick off, not Crocs that might fly off at any second if you try to stomp somebody with little fucking emblems on them. It's just, it's funny to me. I'm sorry. And I am not, nor was I ever a thug, but I did run with a few of them. And I guess things change. What can I say? I'm sure there's some Billy badasses walking around with their Crocs on. I can't stand them. I can't wait for that fad to be over. I think they're hideous, but whatever. You're welcome to your own tastes. Let's get into this. Let's get into this fucking guy. Okay. Now, let me preface this by saying I always tip, and I always tip well. If you're doing me some type of service, if you're serving me in any way, I always tip. I tip more at a restaurant versus if I get a delivery because there's more work involved. You know, a delivery is just grabbing my shit, putting it in your car, grabbing my shit, and bringing it, getting out of your car and giving it to me. That's not a whole lot of like serving. Whereas when you're at a restaurant, they're refilling your drink, they're taking your order, they're doing more of serving you. So obviously I'm going to tip more at a restaurant versus, you know, a delivery. Whereas a restaurant usually gets at least 20% unless it's bad. A delivery person gets probably half that from me. Maybe I'm an asshole. I don't know. I feel like that's a fair medium. I don't know, whatever. So let's look at this jerk off who supposedly, and this happened a little while ago. So let's take a look at this fucking guy, and we can see his response to not being tipped. So I'm gonna scroll down to his little by the way, he goes by French Fry Thug in case you haven't seen it. Can I get the full screen here? Because you know these fucking websites with all their fucking bullshit. Okay, here we go.
This video is for Amy. Amy, I just delivered your food. Hi. I left you a note with your food. It says, "Dear Amy, if you can't afford to tip, then you should go pick it up yourself. Who do you think you are to order food and have someone come and bring it to your door for free? For free? I just drove my personal car to your house to deliver your food for fun? Nah, not today. You can write your wrongs below. Venmo, I forgot to tip. Amy, no hard feelings. You just can't have people bring you your food for free, okay? This is a learning lesson for everyone, all right? Cool.
All right. So to this guy, I say, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Okay? First of all, nobody's doing shit for free. He's acting like if he was just driving around, just, you know, just chilling, just listening to his new fucking Drake album, and all of a sudden, for whatever reason, this notification popped up on his phone and said, "Hey, bring this fucking Chick-fil-A to this chick over there, and maybe she'll give you some money. Like, dude, you work for a DoorDash or whatever the fuck it was. They're paying you a salary. They're paying you for your delivery. The tip is extra. She's paying a delivery fee. And that's probably why she didn't give you a tip, because if you want to have beef with your company, because these DoorDashes and Grubhubs and Uber Eats charge an exorbitant amount for these delivery fees, which would otherwise go to you. Okay? Let them get their money from the company that they're helping to deliver their food versus getting it from the consumer. That takes away from your tip, because I've done it myself. I look at the fucking, I look at the bill, and I see an $18 order becomes a $30 order with the tip and the delivery fees and shit. And I'm just like, fuck it, I'll just go pick it up myself. So if you got beef, have it with your fucking company, because she's probably thinking the same shit. You don't do it for free. You're using your personal vehicle, another plane. You're using your personal vehicle because that's what's required of the fucking job. To even mention that is fucking ridiculous. That's like a carpenter saying, I use my own hammer, and I use my own table saw. Like, that's just ridiculous. It's stupid. You sound like a dick, and you made yourself look like a dick. And instead of getting people behind you, you're people like me that think you're the asshole, which is a stupid note, which supposedly he maybe did not even post. Like, he backtracked from it. French fry thug. French fry thug's probably wearing Crocs with fucking little bullshit emblems on his fucking. He probably got them full. Every hole full of a little fucking emblem. Fucking French fry in one, burger, pizza in another one. French fry thug. What a dick. Fuck that guy. All right, let's move on. I noticed I was in I want to say Circle K. And they have a stand with walking sticks, I guess you could call them, canes without the hook. Like, I guess you could call it a walking stick. And they're all fancified. Like, they have fucking compasses on them. And what was the other one that had on it? It had like, it had the compass and it had like something else. But I was just thinking, like, who's this meant for? Like, this is why I say come up with any invention that you can think of and try to sell it, because people will buy anything. You're going to tell me that your grandfather is going to go buy a walking stick with the little fucking compass on the top, and he's going to be out there walking with it and just be like, wait a minute, where the fuck am I going? Another one. Where am I going? Just walking with his walking stick. Just, shit, I forgot which way I'm supposed to go. Let me look at my compass. It says north is that way. I'm supposed to go north. So that's the way I'm going to go. And I'll be good. How ridiculous is this? I don't know what north, south, east, and west is most of the time. And when I'm driving, it says it on my fucking dashboard. It says whatever direction I'm going in. It says it. It says north, south, east, west, whatever. But we're talking about an old man with a fucking regular old compass. Is this really going to help him? Well, you might say, well, it's not meant for him. It's meant for somebody who's going to go hiking or something like that, right? Maybe. I would say that's probably an amateur hiker who's going to get a fucking walking stick from Circle K and base their whole adventure on the walking stick that includes compass from Circle K. But again, I could be wrong. I could be the dummy here. I just found it an interesting item that was up for sale at the Circle K. And I've never seen anything like that up north. I swear to God, you only see that shit down here in the South. Have you ever hotboxed yourself? Because I did this to myself recently. So at work, I drive around and I go from one spot to another. And before I got out of the car, I let one fly. A deep one. And, the windows are rolled up. It's hot. It's hot as fuck down here in the summertime in Florida. And I didn't think nothing of it. I just went, did my business. And then I came back and I opened the door and it just blasted me in the face like those old school, remember those old school, I want to say it was like I can't remember the brand, but it was like a speaker company. And they would sit there on the chair and they'd put the speaker on and it would just blow. And you'd see like the table going sliding by them and everything. Just sitting there like, holy shit. And that's how this fucking fart hit me, man. It was just like, bam. I hotboxed myself like a fucking moron. And it was just sitting there festering in the heat. It was going nowhere. And this, mind you, this was not like 5 minutes later. This was like fucking at least 30 minutes later. And you wonder why I'm so stupid. Let's talk about real quick. I know it was a couple weeks ago, but let's talk about I warned you about this. I told you Jake Paul was playing it, right? Didn't I say that? I told you from the start. I said Jake Paul is playing you. It's, if you don't believe me, it's on my fucking, it's one of my episodes, right? But you got to give the kid credit, okay? So for all of you people who want to watch him get his dick knocked off, I understand. I get it. But he deserves props. This fucking kid, along with his brother, made themselves YouTube stars. You might not understand why, neither do I, but they did it with their personalities. They saw something, they ran with it, they made it into a very successful business venture for them. So when that started to dry up and the numbers weren't what they used to be, they figured out another way to do shit. And that's with these crazy celebrity boxing matches. So now I'm not here to talk about whether guys are getting paid off to throw fights. Another plane, or like if it's legit or not, because you could make a case that, I mean, he saw the Logan Paul thing where it looked like Floyd was holding him up, and we saw where Woodley clipped Jake Paul, basically put him down, but he landed on the ropes, so he was able to get back up without a knockdown. And then he didn't proceed to press him and try to finish the fight. You could say there's probably some shenanigans going on, right? Which there always has been with boxing, which is crazy. But we're dummies. We fall for it every time. We watch it. We pay for it. To the point where I think they each got like $2 million a piece for that fight. And to me, that says, okay, this shows you how smart this kid is. Number one, he's a marketing genius. He just knows how to just push buttons and promote. But number two, you have to give him some credit for the effort he put in getting in shape and actually learning how to somewhat box. I'm not saying he should be a professional boxer or he should be on any type of level where like a real professional boxer will whip his ass. I mean, if we're being honest, Floyd took it easy on his brother. If Floyd really wanted to, Floyd could have fucked him up just with jabs. Like he could have jabbed him all day and just peppered his face, but he didn't because of the money. But Jake, whether it's fixed or not, is putting in the work to give himself the cardio, putting in the work to be able to throw punches at a legitimate, in a legitimate standing, and hires the people that he needs to hire that will teach him what he needs to do to survive. Because that's all he really needs to do is survive, right? Whether you think he won that fight or not, whether you think Woodley gave it to him or not, it's pointless. Doesn't matter. He's getting paid. He's playing you just like I said he was. So I got to give him credit. This motherfucker knows what he's doing. He puts the people in place that need to teach him the right things. He picks the right fighters so that he doesn't look like a complete asshole. Or he makes sure they get paid enough so that they don't embarrass him. However you want to look at it, he's still getting paid for doing this. In the comforts of his own home. So kudos to him. I don't want to say I'm a fan, but I am. I admire him for his being able to manipulate things. I admire him for his savviness, his marketing, his like, and for putting in the effort. Because whether you believe it or not, you do have to get in shape to be able to last however many rounds that fight was, whatever. So he's still playing you though, because you're paying for it. I didn't pay for it. I'm diming myself out, but I didn't pay for it. I could have watched it at somebody's house. You don't know that. So more recently, we had some album releases, right? Big album releases, like big, huge music album. Another fucking plane. What the fuck is going on tonight? They just want to fuck with me because I'm not outside to flick them the double bird. Whatever. First we had all these listening parties for Kanye for his album Donda. And I guess it changed from one listening party to the next to a change to the final product or whatever. And then they just drop it on you on a Sunday morning, just random Sunday morning. Everything usually comes out on Friday, right? Thursday night, Friday morning. Kanye, whether it be from him or his record company, you know, there was some back and forth about that, drops it on Sunday morning. Okay. Listen to it. It's not your most recent type of Kanye album where it's like you could listen to it just the whole thing just going through a car wash. It's actually a long one. Okay, so you listen to it. If you're like me, I try to listen to it at least twice before I pass judgment. Sometimes 3 times. More recently, this Friday, we had Drake's album come out. What was it called? What the fuck was his album called? Some Lover Boy something? Let me see. I don't want to get it wrong. Certified Lover Boy. Okay. Now I wanted to listen to this twice before another full album, right? Want to listen to it twice before I gave my opinion on that. So we'll go back to Donda. And I know this is not a music review podcast, which, by the way, since we're going back, like since I've been on in so long, if you didn't watch that Versus, like if you're into hip hop and you didn't watch that Versus with the Locks and Dipset, oh boy, did you miss something. Go rewatch it. That shit was fucking awesome. I was like a little kid. I was like it was like I was watching a sports event, watching how they went back and forth and watching how the Locks just pretty much destroyed Dipset. I like Dipset, but sorry guys, the Locks just bodied you, which probably led, and I don't know this for sure, but my guess is I would bet, because they're on like the second version of one of the songs, I would bet that happened because of that Versus battle that Kanye said, I need to get these motherfuckers on this track. Get me the Locks. Because before that, the Locks wasn't doing anything. At least not anything notable. I like the Locks. I like the Locks more than Dipset. But, I mean, anybody who watched it know they destroyed them. So, going back to fucking that Versus was unbelievable. Going back to Donda. So I listened to Donda. And if I'm being honest with you, it was one of his weaker albums. You're going to have your stands that will defend Kanye no matter what. You're going to have your stands that will defend Drake no matter what. I felt like he was all over the place. I feel like he's just not in a good place to be putting out finished albums. He really needs a chick. Like, he's still conflicted with his ex and all of that bullshit. And it feels like it was rushed, thrown together. This is nowhere near enough drum beats and 808s and I don't want to get into too much of this shit, but I don't want to hear fucking church, the church organ and the choirs for a whole rap album. I'm sorry. Like, there were some moments where the shit was good, the shit was tight, but they were few and far between. The second version of the song is just like, you're just kind of wishy-washy. Like, make a choice or put some shit in and drop other artists like other people do. Like, figure it out. But it was very disappointing. I won't be listening to a lot of those songs like on a regular basis. Just won't. It's just not that good. I like some bump and some thump, and and it was way too much auto-tune also. Like, can we fucking, like, haven't we done that enough already? Can we get back to rapping again? Whatever. So I listened to Drake's Certified fucking Lover Boy or whatever it is. When I was in when I lived in Massachusetts, there's a radio station called Mix 106 or some shit like that. And so they would, at night, it would be like, the fuck did they call it? They would play like slow music, like calmer shit, like, God damn it. Now I'm drawing a blank on what it was called. I think it was David Allen Boucher was the DJ, and maybe it was Mix at Night or whatever it was. But they would play like this slower type of pop music or soft rock and whatever. And I felt like that's what Drake's whole fucking new album is like. It's like Certified Sleepy Boy or like he like fucking Lullaby Boy. Like it was so laid back and so low key that it bored me to tears. Like there was a few that were okay, but my God, what a snooze fest. Or you could even say maybe it was just an R&B album. It was not a hip hop album. It was, there were no bangers. And very disappointing for two of the biggest names in the industry for these two albums the past couple of weeks. Very disappointing. I liked some of the features. I liked some aspects of certain concepts and whatnot in both albums. But for the most part, swing and a miss for both of you. And obviously, music is subjective, so you're going to take it however you like it. And you could think I'm totally full of shit, and that's fine. That's your right. You listen to things differently than I listen to things, and that's the great thing about music. That's why we have so many artists that are successful. But I think both of these are going to get praised based on their past success versus what it really is. I mean, I've already seen bad reviews for Donda. I haven't checked the reviews for Certified fucking Snooze Fest. But I'm guessing it's going to be hit and miss. You know, some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. I probably won't be listening to much of Certified fucking whatever and Donda. Sorry, just swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Back to the drawing board, motherfuckers. Give us some good shit. And that's the problem. These guys, you know, with Kanye, I think he just overthinks things. He needs to get back to his roots and I understand he wants to push boundaries and not be the same, but some things work and you can do both. But with Drake, it's just like, bro, maybe you need to reach out to others that aren't in your camp to make you some beats and do some other shit with some other hot producers versus the same old, because again, pretty boring album, but whatever. Again, to each his own. So let's finish up with I was in a Walmart recently, supermarket, and I came across something that I found funny because I'm a child and I had to take a picture of it. So let me share with you the picture real quick. And for those that can't see this, it's basically a package of Caribbean Dreams Jamaican cock soup with no added MSG, spicy chicken soup mix. I have to admit, I didn't pull the package down to inspect the cock soup to see what I would be getting if I bought this package of cock soup. And there is a little chicken on it, so there is some context. But my simple brain says, cock soup, I gotta take a picture of this. So that's exactly what I did. And I just found it funny. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you think I'm a fucking child. I probably am a man-child. But I can't imagine at some point somebody doesn't think maybe this is not the best name for our soup. like Jamaicans have been coming to America and living here enough to know that a cock is not only a chicken, but it's also a penis. So maybe it's probably not the best idea to have something called or related to penis soup. But then again, it's not meant for us Americans. The Jamaicans know what cock soup means. But if I'm trying to grow my brand, I'm not going to grow it to people who think of cock soup as dick soup. Like, I may have to come out with Richard Soup. Random Richard Soup. We've already got a bunch of fucking inventions. If you listen to our old shit, I might need to come out with random Richard Soup. And maybe I'll drop the random and just be Richard Soup. If the Jamaicans can put out cock soup, why can't I put out dick soup? I don't know how many people are buying the cock soup from the Walmart, but it's there. I can go buy a pack tomorrow. I might just buy a fucking pack just for the next episode. Just so I can try the cock soup and tell you, give you a review on the cock soup. Let's mark it down. Let's mark it down. I'm gonna do you the service. Next, Random Richards, I will try cock soup for you. Okay? And I'm gonna give you an honest review on cock soup. And I pray it's not what it sounds like. All right, that's enough stupidity for this week. I'll talk to you guys.